So for the next 30 days, my goal is to create YouTube videos, long form, not just shorts, every day. How to grow a YouTube channel with 0 subscribers from a newbie. That's me. Hey, I'm Brittany, and welcome to my channel. This is my birthday month. Hey, so you can tell me happy birthday in the comments. I'll be modest and say thank you. But I've never done anything like this. And so I have 0 subscribers. Well, I have 29 and I'm super excited and so thankful for them. But I want to grow more. And I know in order to do that, I kind of have to put in that work. So I figured, why not start at 0 and do this for 30 days and see what happens. So I found 3 tips and a bonus at the end of this video that I heard can help us, you and me, boo-boo, gain subscribers, likes, and comments. So let's not waste any more time. We will talk about me later. Let's dive on in. Number 1, a niche, yes or no? So I've done my little research all over YouTube, and a lot of people say, get a niche, like that's the way to go. And then some people more recent are like, no, don't get a niche. So do you have a niche? Just wondering. I've kind of leaned more towards getting a niche. And I feel like a niche, at least for me, is going to help me like narrow down and get a little more specific on what I want to talk about what I'm passionate about. So I'm sure it'll do the same for you. Now, I'm not going to be so specific to the niche where I don't have any freedom to do anything else. And I think that's why a lot of people were like, no, don't do niche, because they felt more trapped within that and they wanted to branch off. But of course, once you gain followers, they of course will come because they like you, but they're going to like your content. So when you kind of differ off your path, you might lose a couple people. But I did choose a niche. And so what is your niche? So there's food, there's travel, there's a lifestyle, but within the lifestyle, you can kind of break down that. For me, I have chosen to do lifestyle. And I think that and within that lifestyle, I'm kind of breaking it down to mom life, wife life, like kids and lifestyle, day in the life. So when you figure out your niche, you also want to break that down. So again, I'm Brittany. Hey guys. And I have been wanting to do a YouTube channel for years. I can't even tell you how many years I've been wanting to do it because I don't even know, but it's been a long time. And honestly, I was always kind of embarrassed to do a YouTube channel. So I'll be 31 March 25th. And so kind of back in the day, probably in my early 20s, being a YouTuber was like the cool thing to watch, but becoming one was like, oh, that is no business or there's no money making in that period. Like you went to college, you went to school, like you did the whole 9-to-5 thing and that was praised. So sitting here talking to you guys, this is still a whole new world that I feel like I'm still like breaking chains and bonds and like kind of figuring out this new flow of 2024. The reason I feel like the light bulb switched in my head was I found this YouTuber called Modern Millie, and I will post her down somewhere in the description, but she is phenomenal. And some of her tips were just so enlightening that it made me like dig deeper to why I'm choosing this niche or why I'm even wanting to be here. And am I going to actually do what it takes to make this my reality, you know? So the beautiful thing about Millie is that she was able to not only talk and speak directly to me, but I showed my husband who's doing YouTube as well, and it really spoke to him. And then my mom, who she's gorgeous. I'll flash a picture of her. Hey, mama. But she's a lovely, attractive, older, single woman. But she's also interested in doing it too for branding within her business. So I love that there's no age limit when it comes to YouTube. So leaving perfection behind. I feel like that's the biggest myth when it comes to creating content for anyone. Like you feel like it needs to be perfect. So that's why within this 30 days, I am leaving perfection at the door and I'm working on getting better. Okay, so before we move on to number 2, do you know your niche? And what is it? Comment below with what your niche is. I feel like us small YouTubers got to stick together. And if you a big YouTuber, like a big crocodile, you a big shark, please, I am sitting here with hot tea that I'm really trying to drink, but I don't know if you can see the steam, so I can't even sip it yet. But baby, I am hungry and I am ready to learn. So please give us some of your knowledge. Okay, so number 2 is, who is your content for and what are they struggling with? Now, this is a question that is so thought provoking, and low key, this whole YouTube thing is making me stretch and going to show a lot of my imperfections. And I am trying to be a big girl and be prepared for them all. But when you're creating videos, it's not for me or for you. It wouldn't be for you. It's for them, the person on the other side of the camera, or in my case, my cell phone. Like, how old are they? Are they young or are they older? Are we in the mids? Are they moms? Like, what are their interests? What's maybe even their income? And when I thought about all that, I was like, okay, what does that have to do with me and the sense of creating? But it has to do with them understanding where they are and then them understanding where you are. So I did choose lifestyle. So my age bracket will be between like 25, 26 young moms to maybe 35, 40-year-old moms. Since I'm 30, I feel like I'm in that in between stage with young ones. And I know some of their interests is either stay-at-home moms, I'm a working mom, and a stay-at-home mom. And then the last question was, what are their struggles? Like, man, that is so deep thinking. What is someone else's struggle that you have never met? And so for me, I took that more inward thinking. What do I struggle with on a daily basis? Something that I put for my struggles is balancing life, from being a working mom, a part-time stay-at-home mom, to making healthy meals. My own personal growth, I feel like, is a really big one that I'm living in my 30s, and I am intentionally working on that one. And then functional organization. So I am totally here for the minimalistic with the organization, but I need that minimalistic organization thinking to actually work and be functional in my house. Because as the T says, it's just hot up in here and it's just not working. But that's what I'm struggling with. So how many more people out there are struggling with what you're struggling with? You know what I mean? So you might have to, get them skeletons out, dust them up a little bit, and show them. And you'd be surprised with how many people actually appreciate you being authentic and genuine and yourself. And then within this part 2 is your why. And I feel like that's a question that we've heard, not just from being a content creator. And for me, I put low key, a couple extra dollars in my pocket wouldn't be a bad thing, but that's not the only thing and the only reason for me doing what I'm doing. Okay, so we've talked about your niche. We've talked about them, the people on the other side of your camera who are going to view your videos. Now let's talk about the subtopic that you can kind of rotate through. And this is where your content creator mind can just explode and explore. And I thought this was super cool because I low-key thought I had nothing, because I'm just a mom and a lifestyle. And after a while, you can only do so many morning routines. But okay, we're getting off topic. Okay, come a little closer, because I wish this wasn't so hot. But man, the key that I found to help me find my subtopics that I could rotate through was ChatGPT. It was. And you're probably like, wow, Brittany, you can't believe you just figured that out. Or dang, I would have never thought that. Because this is what I actually wrote and put in my ChatGPT. I'm going to read it verbatim. I said, working on branding my YouTube channel and getting specific. For brand clarity, my industry / my niche is lifestyle. My target audience is mom/women. And now I need 5 pillars, which would be my subtopics I can rotate talking about around my niche and audience. And you guys, AI / ChatGPT did not disappoint, because they gave me exactly what I wanted. It gave me 5 sub categories, and then within each of the categories, it gave me 4 or 5 more like subtopics to the subtopic. I guess that's how you would say that. And so it was super eye opening. And then me being just a little greedy, I was like, let me ask for 5 more. And it gave me 5 more. So I probably did that like 4 or 5 more times because I wanted to see what new things it would generate that would speak to me and be something that I would do. So I found things like Real Mom Chronicles, Wellness Diaries. I talked about In the Kitchen with Brittany, like different things that I enjoy doing anyways, but I didn't think of it that way. What within each of those categories can I expand more? And how can I, as so many people say, romanticize my everyday life where people like you and me be watching those type of people be like, oh girl, the way you did that laundry makes me want to go do laundry. Okay, not really. I just keep scrolling, but you get the gist. So basically saying this is going to better you when you're making these videos. You're going to feel vulnerable, but you're going to feel so strong and powerful at the same time. You're also going to work on smiling and engaging as you're talking to 3 little camera lenses. I also think that within these pillars, it also brought out another gray area to my life, which was working on things that I wanted to do, but I never got around to. So for instance, like I talked about organizing, there are some things in my home that I've been wanting to organize, but I never did. Or there are maybe some trips or travel ideas I wanted to do with my family, but never got around to it. Or cooking, something that I do multiple times a day with toddlers that I never thought of recording. I feel like things like that, it's going to make you get out of your comfort side. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Burned my tongue a little bit, but it's okay. So our last one is our bonus. You made it. Congratulations, boom. I knew you would. Okay, come a little closer as this tea is just warming me up. So what would you, this is the bonus, okay? What would you want to be known for while doing this YouTube channel in the next 3 to 5 years? Now, this one, again, showed my hand with that insecurity and made me think deeper. And at the time when I was looking at this question, I mentally couldn't think deeper. My kids were calling my name and I wasn't able to focus. And again, I am trying to be intentional with this channel. So what did your girl do? She went back to ChatGPT and she said, hey, this is my new question. I just inputted all the other things that you told me. And then within the, I guess at this time, 20 to 25 different subs, I ended up choosing like 5 or 6 and I wrote them down. And so then I put the new things back into the ChatGPT and then asked it, what would I be known for in 3 to 5 years? And guys, guess what? It told me. Now, my husband did laugh at me. He was like, the computer told you what you needed. And I said, yes, it sure did. And it was like a moment of brain relaxation that I didn't have to overthink and stress about and then feel like I'm a failure for because I couldn't answer the question the way I wanted to. You know what I mean? So that was super awesome. So I challenge you to do that. Unless you know what you're going to be known for in 3 to 5 years, kudos to you, boo boo. Like, tell me, what do you want to be known for? I would love to support you and follow your channel and root for you because I think you can absolutely do that. So how to grow a YouTube channel with 0 subscribers from a newbie. And this newbie just completed day 1 within this video. So I don't have all the answers yet, but I'm going to challenge myself. And I hope you join me on this journey. So of course, like and follow, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going because I don't know what the Lord's going to do, but he told me to do this. So I pray you have an amazing day or evening or night or wherever you are in God's world. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. It's still hot.